Guy, Omotosho. So how you fine?
This if you try. Oh my god. I'm telling you that I know that I'm always bringing you the best of movies, but this tops it all. Trust me, guys, if you are not watching this, Blood Sisters, you are not in town. So today I'm bringing you the best review you've ever heard in a very long time on the best and top trending Nollywood movie, Blood Sisters. I'm going to give you the summary, whet your appetite for the movie. You go watch it and come and rate it in the comment section. Let's go. From the makers of Wedding Party and His Excellency Ebony Life brings you Blood Sisters. This features Kate Henshaw, Ramsey Noah, Nancy Isime, Uche Jumbo, Idima Okoji, Deyemi the actor, Daniel 18 Ifeong, all the amazing characters you can find. This movie gives it to you. So this is a movie that talks about two best friends, Sarah and Kemi. Sarah makes a decision that puts her whole life and that of her friends into a mess. So she gets engaged to be married, or she's about to get married to a very rude crown prince, a noble son of a very rich and influential family. Now, at the very end of it all, at the very tail point, at the very apex, when she's finally about to get married to this prince, she finds out she's making the biggest mistake of her life, which she decides to stand up. For the first time, she decides to speak for herself, puts her whole life into a complete turnaround she had never imagined. Moabudu, CEO of Ebony Life, summarizes in the simplest form.
I am Moabudu, the Chief Executive Officer of Ebony Life Media, and I'm really excited about sharing our latest thriller with you, Blood Sisters. A story about two close friends hurled into a series of catastrophic events marked by murder, love, betrayal, and the test of friendship.
Help me!
Sarah, we're no longer good girls, okay? We're fugitives now.
Okay, so a quick breakdown into the scenes. I love the beginning part of it. The whole movie started with a huge suspense that you begin to wonder what really, because if it was a full movie, you could easily predict what will happen. But given the fact that it is a series, you just are filled with so many thoughts. What scenes will contribute to this movie? Because having started from such a point of a murder, and then you wonder how these girls are going to get away with it. One thing I'd commend Ebony Life for is the fact that they do so well in sustaining their audience. They try their very best to give you an opening that will keep you glued to the end of the story. So in the opening of the movie, we see Kemi and Sarah burying something. Then it goes back to explain what happened. Then from the first story, the first part of the story, you get to realize that they've eliminated the crown prince, or the noble son of the rich family. This watching it, you begin to wonder what is going to happen next. Are they really going to get away with it? And if they are apprehended, what really lies ahead of the story? Because the beginning of the movie, you get the whole vibe that these are the main characters, and of course you know that when the main characters of a movie are out of the scene, what happens? Is it that they're going to go to prison and come back, or something is going to happen? You begin to wonder and have a lot of different thoughts. And I think I'll give the thumbs up to Ebony Life. They did so well with the suspense. I mean, right from the get-go, the movie is so suspenseful. The breath catching scenes for me. First off was the part where Genoveva, the daughter of the noble family, confronted her mother, Kate Henshaw, and told her that she needed a chance to come clean. She needed a chance to stop being addicted to drugs. And then her mother painfully and harshly looked her into the face and told her, "Do you know why I'm not giving you a chance? The only reason is that you are a useless child that has been a disappointment to me." I at that point I was almost teary with that scene. I was like, what? Which mother would ever say this to her daughter? And that really got to me, and I was like, man, this scene is the peak of it all. Well, you know that in all of this, there would not be 100% perfection. There were few scenes that I felt were a bit faulty. They didn't really pay attention to. When Kemi and Sarah had actually finished with the body of Dayemi and they needed to send it to the car, they packed everything, put it in a trolley, and were about to move it to the car. Now, earlier in the lift, the head fell off, and they were lifting it back into the trolley. As they were about to, there was a stain on the cloth covering the trolley. After they did everything, came out of the lift, it was cleaned. And then I asked myself, what was in the lift that helped them to be able to clean up? This is so unreal. They could have made it more realer if something else was covering it, or Kemi used her hand to cover it, but Kemi took her hand off and you realize that it was so clean. And then you ask yourself, is it that they got it changed, or they decided to change it without letting the audience know, knowing very well that nothing can be cleaned in the lift? The whole covering up scene is a bit not so clear for me, but I'll just give it to them, because just to be able to create the suspense, because at some point you realize that they had made a whole mess of themselves. And I asked myself, didn't anybody ask after them? They made it look so unreal, because ideally for some people that had been gone so long trying to cover up a scene like this, it was very, very clear, because Sarah's mom was all over her. She'd be looking. Didn't she at any point look for her? That was the question that came into my mind, but I was like, okay, I'll just give it to them. And I think at that very scene, they made it look so unreal and made it look like, yes, it's a movie, so yes, let's take it like that. But I think they could do better with that. Apart from that, the movie was on point. Everything was on point. Sorry I couldn't show you scenes from the movie, because I want you to go watch it. Blood Sisters is a good movie, and I'd love you to go and watch it. I hope you enjoyed this review. Catch me same time in my next video, which may or may not be a movie review. Please do well to watch the other videos and let me know what you think and your comments on this movie. The name still remains Mami Abnapukia. Thank you so much, 6,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Do well to watch my other movies. I'm going to leave a link below for you to go watch the other videos, and I know you would love it. I'm out. Screw.